late-night strike in northeast Syria. Ambulances rushing to the scene as fire burns in the distance. The U.S. striking what officials say were ammunition depots and intelligence sites used by militias linked to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The U.S. called the strike, carried out by two F-15 fighters, a proportionate and deliberate action after a one-way drone attack killed an American contractor earlier Thursday near Hasaka in Syria. 5 U.S. service members and another contractor were wounded in the attack. Early Friday morning, another U.S. base in Syria coming under attack from a barrage of 10 rockets, the Pentagon said, the U.S. placing the blame on Iran.
Iran certainly, again, backs these groups and by default, therefore, has a responsibility to ensure that they're not contributing to insecurity and stability, but clearly they continue to do that.
Syria has become a crossroads of conflict in the Middle East. Iranian proxies have carried out rocket and drone attacks against U.S. forces, and Russia has begun flying armed fighters over U.S. positions in the country. For the U.S. and its footprint of about 900 troops in Syria, the focus remains ISIS.
We don't seek a war with Iran. We're not looking for an armed conflict with that country or another war in the region. We do seek to protect our mission in Syria, which is about defeating ISIS.
On Thursday, the commander of U.S. Central Command, General Eric Kurilla, told a House Armed Services Committee hearing that Iran and its proxies have fired drones or rockets 78 times at U.S. forces since the beginning of 2021. Nearly one attack every 10 days.
So what Iran does to hide its hand is they use Iranian proxies. That's either UAVs or rockets to be able to attack our forces in either Iraq or Syria.
Are these considered acts of war by Iran?
They are being done by the Iranian proxies, is what I would tell you, Congressman.
The U.S. has carried out attacks against Iranian proxies in Syria before, targeting either enemy infrastructure or launch vehicles used to attack U.S. forces. There was a similar type of escalation and back-and-forth strikes and attacks in August, after which a U.S. official said they believed deterrence had been restored. And that's clearly no longer the case at this point. The question, how does the Biden administration continue to respond, and does it believe at some point that it is possible to restore deterrence? That's the determination that the Biden administration needs to make. One key factor to remember here, at the beginning of the administration, when it had to deal with these sorts of attacks from Iranian proxies, there was the Iran deal and the potential negotiations around it to consider. With that pretty much off the table, that may open up Biden's options in terms of how to respond to this and what to do going forward.